In today's world, like many people's minds runs on fifth gear. They're constantly overthinking and they don't get good sleep. So how should one stop overthinking?
See, thinking is something which is very, very natural. Mind will think. Hmm? The work of the mind is like a factory which is going to think. Now, the only thing is the quality of the thought is not very elevated. So, when you are thinking right, the speed of this thought slows down. So,
Okay.
it could be anything between 20-25 thoughts a minute. But if you're worried, anxious, stressed, depressed, then the thought speed will increase, quality will become low, and it could be anywhere from 50 to 60 to 70 thoughts in a minute. Again, if you're overthinking, it's a sign that you're very, very disempowered. It's just like it's a sign, what you're telling me. Overthinking is like when you feel weak at the level of body, you don't have that energy, you're not able to do simple things, and then somebody will say start eating right, start exercising, bring some lifestyle changes. Similarly, if you're overthinking, there are some lifestyle changes that you have to bring.
Okay.
Your thinking, basically your thinking has a lot to do with what you are seeing, what you're hearing, what you're reading. What you're taking in from your senses is what your mind is processing.
Yeah.
Simple thing like watch a horror movie for 3 hours. We go binge watching these days, thrillers and this and that. What happens? Next, in your normal life, you start experiencing fear. You start anticipating those things because that's the information that you've consumed. Your mind will have to process that information. Something that we take very easy, and on the name of entertainment, we are consuming so much fear. We're not realizing it's just like if you eat junk food, how can you have a healthy body? So if you want healthy body, the only thing that you have to do is you have to eat healthy and you have to exercise. So some people, not some people, all of us want healthy body.
Yeah.
But not all of us like to eat healthy food. We like to eat tasty food. And exercise, we can't exercise. It's not my cup of tea. But I
Right.
want healthy body. So you want a healthy mind, and a healthy mind is one which is not overthinking in challenges and in circumstances and with other people. But if you want healthy mind, you need to feed the mind good information. So what you see and what you hear, through the day, what are we consuming? Most of the time, we're watching news,
Yeah.
or we're watching shows which is consumed with a lot of fear, anxiety, worry, revenge. Addictions are being endorsed. We're watching this.
Right.
We call them heroes, but at the same time, we're consuming. We see a movie where somebody is addicted, but they're shown all very cool and manly. We think this is something that we're supposed to do, and we forget that being addicted to something can cause this health problem. Or we see somebody on this is all in the name of entertainment, that a hero can kill somebody, can take a revenge, can murder. What are we endorsing? Violence. There was a time when we used to consume content which used to elevate our consciousness. Our grandmothers would tell us stories with morality and all of that. Even today, try. You watch a movie which is based on forgiveness and compassion. Invest 2 hours watching something which is based on compassion and forgiveness, and there'll be something happening in your life and you'll be ready to forgive.
Yeah. They're very small things, but we don't notice that the series that we are watching or the social media feeds that we are scrolling through, the shorts that keep coming up and you're addicted to
Influences
it.
us.
Yeah. So it
It's
does
like,
have.
that quote they say, you become what you eat.
Yeah.
It's similarly here. What you eat, what you're seeing is what you will become.
So be very conscious of what you are consuming every day in terms
Very,
of your
very
information.
conscious. You told me before the interview that you previously used to watch Shivani Ben a lot.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to meet her once. And this was one thing that I asked her, what is that one effort that you make in your journey to keep yourself so empowered? And the only word she told me was information. She said, I'm very, very careful of what I see and what I listen and what I read. I don't allow myself to consume anything which is unhealthy. Gossip, in the name of entertainment, news, series, social media. We
Right.
keep looking at people's, what are we doing on social media? We're scrolling and we're looking at other people's life.
Yeah.
And we're not just looking at other people's life, then we start comparing our lives to their lives. And then in our mind, we start thinking, oh, their life is so good. One day they're here, the other day they're here, they're traveling so much, look at the awards. So I'm comparing. And at the same time, I'm experiencing jealousy. I'm creating that jealousy
Or even the feeling of lack.
or the feeling of lack.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, this is something I ask people, that it's your social media account. You tend to put the best picture with hundreds of filters. Has anybody ever put their Aadhaar card photo on social media? But that is also So
Yeah.
everybody is trying to project the best. May not be the best, maybe also. Either be happy for whatever they are happening, whatever is going on in their lives. And if you can't, it's good to kind of stay away.
Okay.
It's like some people have very healthy body and they can eat anything and they can digest it well.
Right.
They can eat anything. They can eat any processed food and nothing happens. They're perfectly fine. They have a very healthy body, a very high metabolism. They exercise a lot. Okay, wonderful. You eat. But if I realize that my body is not so healthy, then the better option is to take care of what I eat. So there might be somebody who's watching everything and is still okay. But I have to see for myself, how is social media influencing me? If I'm spending an hour looking at other people's profiles and what you call them, their accounts and their
Right.
photos, and it's not making me feel good, then maybe I am not that healthy. I'm not so emotionally strong. Then it's good to stay away from that for some time till you become strong enough to look at everybody's success and not create a negative thought.
Right.
When we look at people's success, the only thought should be wonderful blessings and blessings for them.
Yeah.
If I can't create a blessing for them, it's good then not to see what's happening in their life.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. So taking care of what you're watching, what you're taking in, and that'll also ultimately help you sleep well as well at night.
Yes, because see what's happening is a lot of times we are watching all of this to escape our own lives also, because there's so much happening in our lives, there's so much turmoil
Yeah.
that I want to lose myself into somebody else's story. So that till the time I'm watching television, it's like if you have a toothache and you sit in front of television for that period of time, you don't feel the pain.
Yeah, you forget it.
You forget it. The pain is still there. The healing is not happening. The
Yeah.
pain is still there, but you just forget it. So many times we get lost in other people's story and in all of this because we don't want to be aware of our own story. But when you sleep, what will happen?
You have to
You
face
can't
it.
escape. You have to
Exactly.
face it.
Yeah.
So that's when it is most difficult for you, because through the day you try to escape by being with people, by reading something, by watching something. To find out how emotionally strong you are, the only way to find out is be alone and see how you feel.
Is that why some people want, let's say TV in the background or radio in the
Yeah.
background just for some noise? They're
Yes,
not even listening to
yes.
it.
Because they don't want to listen to the noise here. They don't want to face it. They don't want to transform. So they just want some noise which distracts them. But
Right.
it is a sign that it's not right here. Otherwise, you'll be very, very comfortable in silence. Just look at COVID. The quarantine period was so difficult for people,
Yeah.
so difficult.
Yeah. So
Why?
many mental
Because,
health issues.
yeah, so many people went into depression
Yeah.
because that was the time you couldn't meet people, you were alone in ICU, you couldn't watch anything, you couldn't read anything, you could only hear the beeps of the machine that was all around you, and you had that havoc of thoughts in your mind.
Yeah.
There were times that people, I met few doctors who said that there were people, they saw people who could have recovered easily, but it was their thinking that did not allow them to heal. They had given up hope. You have to heal from within. It's not just the medicines and the treatment. You could have the best medicines and best treatment, but if there is fear and doubt and anxiety, you will not heal. So if you become strong, if you spend time in meditation and spirituality and internally you become strong, then everything you can respond in a very proactive manner. You will not create fear, but you will see how to take care of yourself and at the same time how to take care of other people.
Yeah, and that's how your pace of thoughts will slow down. You'll face situations with being more centered.
You have to become master of your mind.
Right.
Every thought you are creating, even though we don't realize this, I am the creator of my thoughts. Situation is just a trigger. In the same situation, I can be very stable. You can be very anxious or fearful. Simple thing like being stuck in a traffic.
Yeah.
We're not responding in the same manner because we're not both masters of our mind. So somebody who's a master of their mind, they're very conscious about their every thought. Somebody who is not will be like, so much traffic, what will happen? I will miss my flight. Look at what people are doing. Where is my tax money going? How is this one driving? Who gave them the license? I am thinking. This is overthinking. And when I overthink, I get irritated, then I get angry. Then we see road rage, then we see people screaming and shouting. And there's somebody who is master of their mind. And say, okay, there's a traffic, there's a situation. I can't do anything about this. So I take care of myself. And when I take care of myself and I don't create all those negative thoughts, then I'm able to take the right decision. What next?
Right.
Okay, if I miss a flight, can I inform somebody? Can I do a video calling? Can I take another route? At the most, what will happen? I will miss a flight. Is it more important than my peace of mind?
No.
That's not in my control. I left on time. I left before time. There was an accident. There was a roadblock. Things happen. World is not always going to dance to my tunes. But let me not at any cost lose my peace for something that is external and not in my control.
Right. So if we want to overcome overthinking, if someone's feeling restless, if someone's not getting a good night's sleep, the first thing to check is the information that they're taking in.
That is something that we can begin with. That's something that we can begin with.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think having some spiritual practices in their daily life, it's more important to deal with everything that's going on within. So information at a daily life will definitely 80% of your waste will go. But at the same time, it is important to deal with your past. Sometimes the negative thoughts are not just about what you've seen. It could be to do a lot with what has happened in the past. You have to kind of come to terms with it, settle it, put a full stop to it, heal yourself, heal the other person, heal that relationship. It could also be the fear of future. So to empower yourself to kind of, like we talked about initially, whatever the fears are, we have to face it.
Yeah.
So a lot of spiritual practices allow yourself to become more empowered. And then you are able to be in the moment and think right no matter what and feel great no matter what.
No, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, sister.